Hey guys, thought I'd share a bit of value here today and just update you on an insane new use for ChatGPT that I've found. We don't just use it to write ad copy and to kind of like manipulate text. I've actually plugged it into our onboarding process now, and ChatGPT is acting like a project manager to follow up with the right team members to make sure that all of the pieces of our onboarding happen within the timeframes that we set. And if the reason I created this was that one of the things I noticed is that like VAs and account managers, whilst there's deadlines in ClickUp, they don't get notified until the deadline is overdue. So, if something's due on Friday, people are working on it, but they don't really know that the deadline's Friday until it's Monday and it's now overdue. What would happen then would be like my operations guy or project manager would then need to check in on all those overdue tasks and reach out to that person to say, hey, like, where's this at? Why haven't we done it? And then would have to remember then to like check back in on that person to make sure it gets done if the task hasn't been closed. So it's just by managing those deadlines, it was creating all this extra like mental work that I noticed. And so what I thought was like, surely we can get an AI to track this. That's what I built out here. So you can see here that this is monitoring like our onboarding like view in Airtable, and it's tracking some timestamps based on some onboarding updates. In the onboarding section, I won't jump into it because it'll be confusing, but I have a bunch of single status fields for the things that need to happen for onboarding. So the brand discovery form that gets filled in, the customer profiles that get filled in, the products deep dive forms that get filled in, access to Facebook, TikTok, Google Ads, Google Merchant Center. All of that stuff is stuff that like the client has to do, and then we have to confirm that it's done. Those now all plug into the single statuses. So as the forms get submitted, it creates a task for someone to check on it, and then we know if that's been checked or not. That's what I've plugged ChatGPT into. So now, as those things change, what it's doing is it's passing all of those statuses to ChatGPT and the right team members that are responsible for those particular statuses. It's also tracking like when was the client closed and like when are these statuses changing, because we have some timeframes in here that we have to work off. And it's all tracking it with a memory key so that it can kind of monitor where the onboarding is for that project. And then what it will do is it'll then figure out like where what's behind. So you can see here like this is completed, but this one's waiting. And so then it will know, okay, well, that particular thing needs to get followed up with. So here's the message to the right person with an update, and then it'll send a message that kind of looks like this. So there's a couple of pieces here, like it was missing a database ID for our custom our client dashboards. So we included that to follow up. So here's an automated alert to this person, like please add this straight away. It creates a ClickUp task as well. And then for the other piece, which was the creative guidelines that were missing, you can see here like, hey there, attention account manager, happy onboarding. This is all ChatGPT message. This is all this other stuff is done, but the creative guidelines are missing. Can we follow this up? So now that message is automated. Like if something doesn't get done and it's not done in the time frame, we follow up automatically. And then you can see down here, like the next day, it'll go back in and check, like we've sent that message out to follow up on that one thing. And then it's going to go back and cycle through 24 hours later and check, has the status on that thing changed? If it hasn't, then it's going to now send a little bit more aggressive message. And then it's going to loop in the the project manager or the operations manager to follow up. So now someone else has been notified. It'll then check again 24 hours later, and if it's still not done, it'll notify me. So I don't have to worry about it anymore, but you can see here, like the second message went out yesterday, and then the account manager got it all done. Onboarding was completed like 40 minutes later. So yeah, that little nudge got it done. 20 minutes later, the onboarding is all completed. All the statuses of those forms have been cleared, and then ChatGPT processes this awesome summary of the entire project based on the call recordings, the forms that get filled in, all the information that the client gives us, the transcripts from the sales calls, everything gets passed to ChatGPT so we can create a story to then brief the team. And all that happens automatically without me having to worry about it. Yeah, I thought that was a cool thing to show you. But if you have any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, we can chat about this in my next call. Later, guys. Bye.